What is going on YouTube? Hayden here, and in today's episode, we are going to be looking at XRP, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Vong, and the S&P 500. Specifically, in today's episode, though, we do need to focus in on some of these major cryptocurrencies. We're starting to see some continued consolidation. We went over this in detail in yesterday's episode. You can see here, basically pointing out what I'm specifically waiting for, which is symmetrical triangles, technical indicators, coming to completion. We are now towards the end of that, and we haven't yet seen that breakout. You can see what we, kind of expect to see take place when we finally get to a point where we're pretty much finishing the technical indicators. I ideally would expect to see some sort of breakout here. You can see on XRP, we have a massive bull flag formation here, or pennant flag, sorry, symmetrical or descending triangle, whatever you want to call it, but we are filling in this gap. You can see volume slowly trickling down, higher lows, lower highs, slowly constricting here, and soon we will get so tight that we'll be stuck between a rock and a hard place. Pressure builds and we'll be left making a decision. And typically we can use factors like how we entered the continuation pattern, which was bullish. So we should usually exit in the same exit strategy, which should be a bullish break as well. Anywho, we're also going to look at Solana, a lot of these other cryptocurrencies, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But with that being said, smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's get right into today's episode. So guys, super quick, before we dive into the technical analysis, looking at the fear and greed index, we're starting to become, we're not overbought, but we're definitely starting to enter more of an overbought market here. Trading at 58 on the fear and greed is totally fine. Altcoin season average RSI looks okay. We're kind of consolidating right now, but we did have a pretty solid little volume spurt over the past couple of days, or maybe last week. So that's what's causing us to be trading closer to 58, but we're slowly starting to veer lower, slowly starting to consolidate, which would allow us more room to pop to the upside here. And you can see, though, the swings are slowly starting to constrict and get tighter here. Over the past, I'd say, week, most cryptos aren't really doing much of anything. If anything, they're actually starting to come downwards than head upwards, which is something to consider. But you can see, jumping into XRP right here, we are tracking what appears to be some sort of pennant flag. And if I pull up pennant flag, you can see what that actually looks like for crypto. I don't think you guys care to see what an actual pennant flag looks like, but you can see it sort of looks like this. If anything, we're in more so a downtrend, but ideally it's like how we enter, we have this consolidation, and it's typically how we exit. You can see something like this. Pennant flags have a flag pull in, consolidation sideways, and then a breakout. They are continuation patterns. We have something similar here on XRP, but I think we more so have like some sort of bull flag. Let's see, bull flag crypto, which is more of a downward. I'd say we're in more of a pennant flag than a bull flag, essentially, because you can see here with XRP, we do come to a point. Ideally, you could essentially pull this up. Like if we scaled these back here, you could then say, oh yeah, that's a bull flag. That is certainly this consolidative pattern here. But you can see right here what that essentially shows. Either way, regardless of which one it is, they all essentially break to the upside here. Well, last but not least, let's look up descending triangle and see if that's what we have here. Because essentially we have like one of the three. It's hard to depict exactly what it is. No, we don't have a descending triangle. I don't think that's what we're currently in. It could be something like this, which looks similar with this consolidated, but we aren't in an uptrend either. We're actually heading downward. So I think we're in some sort of bull flag or pennant flag, or a combination of both here, where how we enter will depict how we exit, which is to the upside. You can see here, just taking a consolidative approach here, a conservative approach, and putting it, let's say, breakout here, we could easily expect to see a XRP price hitting $4.10 with this rally here. You got to assume like crypto and the markets are all going to continue to head up higher and just hold their value. Like just be a hedge against inflation. We should see prices continue to head upwards here. And if you put that into perspective, they should all just continue to head up, especially as the dollar gets weaker here. But ideally, this should, in theory, lead to a breakout that should, explode us up to $4 and some change here. With this consolidation, we could break out earlier. We could come to full completion in early November, or we break out, sometime mid-end October here, confirm closure above that, and then we could see that rally or that explosion. So anything can essentially happen here. We just have to pay attention and figure out which one that would be. But that's truly what I suspect to see take place here, is some sort of nice reversal, confirmation above here, and a rally to the upside. History repeats itself. We've done this in the past. You can see the last time XRP did that, we saw a massive rally as well. Even if you take like the breakout point here, not what I wanted. If we take this flagpole and then we put it right where we broke out, this is literally exactly the same height, right around exactly the same height that we should expect. So that same exact theory is mentioned on XRP as well. Like, I very much so think we take this and put this right at around whenever we confirm closure, a daily candle above that breakout. That's what I would suspect to see take place here. It's very obvious and it's very easy. Obviously, we will do these trades on BYDFI, the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange I like to use here on the channel. Buy long, sell short, leverage trade, create stop losses, create take profit orders. Anything you'd want is offered on here. They did hit me up. There is a deposit bonus. I'm going to have to set this up so you can see tomorrow, but I did follow up with them here. So that's super cool. Anyone that deposits can earn some free bonus cryptocurrency, which is excellent. Trade around with the exchange's money. You can always withdraw your money right afterwards, which is awesome. You know, you can make a few bucks or a lot of money, to be honest with you here, just trading with an exchange's, money. It's a great way of like exchange arbitrage and, not actually spend or risk your own crypto, which is awesome here. But aside from that, they do have a demo trading account, which you can find right here, which is super cool. Pulling this up. So they give you $50K in demo money to practice trading your skills, learn how the exchange works, and then when you're ready, you can head on over to that live trading account. It's unlimited, so you can constantly refill it. They have all your favorite cryptocurrencies, including XRP, to trade, and you can see clear as day the fractal that's forming here. It's so obvious. Like downtrend, and we have some sort of uptrend. It could be a descending triangle. It certainly could be a descending triangle if we really wanted to make that theory here with like supports like this, extending this out, pulling this down, something along the lines of this would then scream descending triangle and then would be a breakout in my opinion here. But I don't think it's as accurate. I think it more so is like this in how we're correcting to the downside here. But either way, easy buy-in opportunity, easy way to buy in and capitalize off that run. Short term, we did consolidate downwards here. Solana's doing the same thing. We are in an uptrend, though, on Solana, so I strongly believe as we continue to pan out here, we'll get constricted, and then we'll pop off of this bottom moving average here, as well as this uptrend in white. We're going to consolidate, fill in, and then pop. Going to swing back up to around 260 on Solana here. Ethereum looks good as well, consolidating like this inside this descending broadening wedge. For those that don't know, let's pull that up, descending broadening wedge. You can see that's exactly what's forming here. It looks very nice. You can see we have this rally up. Pull this up here, make it a little bigger. We have this uptrend in, continuation pattern. We head lower and we extend outwards as we do it, just like this. And then we pop the top and rally up. They're showing 3 points. This is showing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is showing even 4. So anything can happen, but essentially they're all bullish. And that's exactly what's forming on Ethereum. Same exact thing. So we rallied in. And now we're seeing this consolidative pattern, and then we should expect to see that breakout. We could fall first and then see the breakout, but a breakout nonetheless. We have Bitcoin, which looks good, hitting top. Also, what I think is in a descending broadening wedge, but could consolidate a bit more. We might even be able to like zoom in on the hourly, a 4-hour, to see a new technical indicator forming here. Certainly a possibility. Let's see on the 4-hour here. Something could be brewing. Don't know exactly just yet, but could be seeing something like this form temporarily here. I don't know. Only 2 points of confirmation, not enough with certainty here, but bullish nonetheless. We could just definitely see a little more consolidation to the downside before anything else. So, but there is a little bit forming there. I do think we could come down to top or retest blue band, and then maybe we'll swing up. But we'll see what happens. And then to wrap up today's video, Vong consolidating, trading sideways here. S&P consolidating, trading sideways here. I just think we're going to continue to float upwards here. Not as aggressive as we have been, but maybe something like this until maybe the end of the year. And then I do think we're due for a little bit of the pullback. But that's it for today's video. Definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.